Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and furries. Oh, they always bring up a number of questions. Are they human? Should they have rights? Should we throw them in camps? These are things that come up frequently when the subject of furries makes an appearance. But there's one inalienable right that I do feel that furries, much like everyone else, should have, and that is the ability, well, to have sex. If they want to have sex consensually, if they want to yiff in peace, they should be able to yiff in peace. However, there might be running into a little bit of a snag due to a new act by Congress. So it says here that Furry Dating Site shut down because of FOSTA. Pounced.org is down, citing the passage of controversial sex trafficking bill last week. So yes, Furry's dating site is down because there's fears that it might be used inappropriately in terms of an anti-sex trafficking bill. We saw this with Craigslist as well. Now, it says a dating website for furries is the latest casualty of FOSTA, a controversial anti-sex trafficking bill that passed last week in the Senate. Pounced.org is a personalized website for furries to meet up and find romantic partners. Just call it yiffing. Just say to meet up and yiff. They're just gonna, that's it. That's all they're gonna do. They're just gonna dry hump each other in the fursuits until it smells like the goddamn ocean. But anyway, think Craigslist personals, but specifically for, well, for furries. On March 23rd, 2 days after Congress passed the Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act, it suddenly and voluntarily shut down. Now when you visit Pounced, instead of personal ads, you are presented with a thorough explanation of why the site is down. It says here that FOSTA attempts to make internet sites such as Pounced liable for the way users use the site in an effort to address sex trafficking and prostitution. FOSTA increases our liability insignificantly and chips away at one of the primary reasons we as a small organization can provide services to the community. The protection that had been previously offered to us by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Let's not beat around the bush here. Nothing about furries is decent. I think that's just a standard fact of the internet at this point. Now, Pounced goes on to explain that while it doesn't actually promote prostitution or sex trafficking, a part of FOSTA says that the site does facilitate the prostitution of another person, even unknowingly, it's liable. Since it's a volunteer-run website, a lawsuit or charges of violating this law, which isn't a law yet, but will be once the president signs the bill, would be devastating. And that's also what killed Craigslist. But yet, surprisingly, Backpage has been silent in this whole particular issue. Again, looking at the way this whole thing is breaking down, I do feel pretty bad for Pounced, right? Like, I'm not a huge furry fan, but I do feel like if they're not doing anything illegal and they're all of age and they all want to get down and yiff, big old yiff pile, just yiffing at the moon, I'm fine with that. And I'm also looking for every excuse to say yiff. Now, Pounced.org does say here on Twitter that until such time as the full implications of the United States government's FOSTA Act described at the link are clear in regards to sites such as ours, Pounced will be offline. Thank you for your patronage, patience, and understanding. Now, a lawyer and member of the furry fandom, Boozy Barrister, that's, of course, his pen name, wrote an extensive explanation of the legal nuances behind FOSTA and the situation. It's unlikely that legislators are out to destroy a furry dating website. Saying here, the only real disproof of the internet, the intent is to vigorously monitor all listings on your site, taking down any listing or ads that may be related to the sex trade. When you have a small site, or where you have a small site such as Pounced.org, this is going to be virtually impossible. And again, that is true. It is. You know, it's a dating site for furries. It's like, hi, I'm an anthropomorphic zebra looking for an anthropomorphic wolf to get down and fuck. Or say, how would you seductively say yiff? To get down and yiff. It's just, no, that sounds creepy anyway you look at it. Yeah. Anyway. But I do feel bad. I really do. It says here that it's not clear at this point whether Pounced will be back up anytime soon. According to the company's tweets, it's working with the EFF and has obtained legal counsel. An update from the site on March 31st says it's working to update the terms of service and modify the site as required. Both the spokesperson for Pounced and the spokesperson for the EFF directed to Pounced.org for information on what's happening next. So if you come across this video and you've made it this far and you've gotten through my jokes about being a furry, continue to keep your eyes on Pounced.org for when they are able to get a full understanding and context of exactly what this bill will do and whether or not it will impact them as a whole. Now it says, in the grand scheme of the internet, the shutdown of a furry dating site is fairly niche. there's around 87,000 users. Oh my God, that's a lot. I thought like maybe 1,800, but like no, 87,000 people. Damn, that's a fair amount. Like I'm impressed, furries. I'm impressed. You should take that with pride to Vancouver, which is an event I'll never attend, even though I'm not too far away. But I really find the name funny, so good for you. But it's another example, along with several sex-focused forums like Craigslist Personals, of how small websites, even ones without an explicit intention of advertising escort services or advertising sex work, can be crushed by the bill. And that is sad. That is really sad. Look, I've made some jokes. I have. You might not have them funny, and that's okay. But ultimately, yes, this is a very sad thing. A furry dating website that is just for people to get together to find their soulmate and bark at the moon. They should not be impeded by the government on that one. And I understand why the FOSTA Act exists, and I get why they want to do it, but this feels like such an overreach, right? It's like they're removing the Safe Harbor Act for websites and everything else. And my question is what if this ever comes to YouTube? Right? What if this ever comes to YouTube? Will there ever be YouTube shutting down specific websites or channels or types of video content because they might be considered in violation of the FOSTA Act? This is such a wide-reaching bill that while its intent is understood, the implications are not. And I don't know about you, but I don't think this is something that we should have out there. I at this point now, if you bring me a petition to save Pounced.org, while I may not be a furry, I humbly support your right to fuck in your fursuit. Yiff to your heart's content. You have another soldier in this fight. Same with Craigslist. Because again, I don't agree with any of that stuff. I think this particular bill is again well-intentioned, but ultimately not everything it needs to be. But that being said, I leave it to you now to go ahead and post your questions below or post your comments and thoughts below. Tell me what you think. Do you think these furries should be allowed to yiff in peace, find love and peace, or should they just go meet each other at Vancouver? Be sure to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and check back often for more content from me. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been the Monday Matt Channel. I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out. What you just saw was a shorter clip from a longer show. The Rustled Podcast airs every Sunday through Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard on rustled.net. Please consider subscribing to the channel as well as 3 Buck Theater and potentially becoming one of our sponsors at patreon.com/mundanemat. Thank you and have a great day.